When you think of subcontracting, the concept is usually simple. Focus on what you do best and let someone else do the rest. But in reality, when you externalize your production, it is a balancing between control and delegation. Hello, my name is Magdalena Perez Rubio, and I'm here to present you Subcontracting, Enhancements in Subcontracting, Effective Traceability Management and Best Practice for Optimal Use. Please scan the QR code so you can put all your questions. I will try to answer them by the end of the talk. I'll let you some minutes. Okay, I will put it afterwards as well, so if you do not have the time now, you will be able to do it afterwards as well. Okay, so I would like to present you my company. My company is called Conficore, and we do smart thermostats. So we externalize our product, our final production, and this is my my main product is called Cozy Touch. So we purchase the subcontracting service to a subcontractor. It arrives to our warehouse and we deliver to our customers. We have two key components. The first one is my PCB board, which we purchase to our vendor. We receive it in our warehouse and then we send to the subcontractor, so we resupply to our subcontractor. And my second component is my Wi-Fi module, which we send directly to our subcontractor, so we do drop ship because we save some lead time. Something interesting about this is that we try to keep also a minimum stock in our subcontractor. So my final product is traced by serial number, and my components are traced by lot number. The key focuses in my business are the following ones. So we try to always have a business continuity. Don't stop even if we have some constraints. Traceability is key. As you can see, my final product and my components are both traced by either serial number or lot number. And because we buy our components, sometimes the price fluctuation of our components get affected in the final sales price at which we sell our Cozy Touch. So I'm going to present you how we do cover these three of our focus. So the first one is the shortage of supply demand. So to be a bit more specific, when I purchase the PCB board, I receive it in my warehouse and then I resupply it to my subcontractor. I will show you this how I do it in Odoo. So I start my flow by going to my purchase. I purchase to my subcontractor, Thermonest, and this time I'm going to purchase 50 units of my Cozy Touch. I confirm my order, and as it is a subcontracting, I already have my resupply operation and my reception operation. The way I have configured it is that every time I had a need at my subcontractor, I have also a purchase order to my vendor, Eurocircuito. I purchased the PCB board. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm, and I will receive. Now, my vendor contacts me and tells me that there is a really high demand of PCB boards, and he's only able to send me 25 products. There's no problem for me. I'm just going to go ahead. As we mentioned, the lot is, my product is traced by lot, and now I will be able to register the lot number. Something really cool in version 19 is that by product you can have a specific sequence, and there is so the prefix of the sequence, you can put it in the product, and then you get a sequence every time that you use it. So I'm just going to use this sequence in order to generate my lot number. And again, as I said, it's only be able to send me 25 units. I'm going to go ahead and receive it. I validate. And now something else that he tells me is that, okay, at the moment I don't know when I will be able to send you that 25 missing components. And even if I send them to you, I'm not sure it's going to be at the same price. So I'm not going to do a back order this time. I will come back to my subcontractor, and the PCB boards that I will receive in my warehouse, I will send them to resupply. I'm not sure if you spotted, but now there are 2 operations in my resupply. So now the reception of my components, it is linked to the subcontracting purchase order, so I have more traceability. But now I'm going to go ahead and resupply my subcontractor. As you can see, I have now 25 units that are already reserved. If I go inside, it is exactly the lot number that I have received before. I'm going to go ahead and validate. Again, I'm not sure when I will be able to have my 25 PCB boards, so I'm not going to do a back order. I'm showing you all of this really quickly, but obviously this requires a bit of time. The resupply requires a bit of time, and now my subcontractor tells me, okay, I have received the PCB boards, now I will produce your cozy touch, and I will deliver the cozy touch to you. So now I will receive the 25 cozy touch that my subcontractor will send me. Now I would like you to pay a close look in here, because there is no more record components as we had in version 18. Instead, we have our smart button subcontracting productions. So if I go inside, you can see this is the operation that the subcontractor has. As in Odoo, I supply 2 components to my subcontractor. Here I have my 2 components to my subcontractor. As you can see, I have 50 units because it is my demand. However, I have already consumed 25, which is the PCB board that I've already resupplied to my subcontractor and is already reserved. As you can see, my second component is my Wi-Fi model, and because I already have enough stock at my subcontractor, I already have 50 units. There's no problem, because I'm just going to say that I received 25 cozy touch. So I'm going to go to my reception. Again, I'm not sure if you remember, but my final product is traced by serial number. So I will go ahead and generate my serial number, but again, for 25 cozy touch, because it's what I will receive. And again, I'm also able to have my personalized serial number, which I'm going to just generate like this, and I will save. Now, if I come back to my subcontracting productions button, you can see I don't have 1 operation, but I have 25 operations, each of them with all our serial number. If I go to one of them, you can see that each serial number is linked to the specific component at lot number. Now, what it usually happens, and if some of you do subcontracting, you will understand, sometimes instead of the component with the lot number that Odoo reserved me, my subcontractor uses another lot number, I will have to change it. So there's no problem, because I can go to my details, and from here as easily as selecting the specific lot number that my subcontractor will tell me. It's not the case now, so I'm just going to go ahead and validate the reception of this 25 cozy touch. I will again not generate back order. And I have now 25 cozy touch in my inventory. So here was my first challenge. My second challenge is the target inventory at the subcontractor. Just to refresh you a bit the mind, I have my Wi-Fi model that I send directly to my subcontractor, and then my subcontractor will send me the final product to my warehouse. So I will show you how I have this configured in Odoo. So first of all, I would like to have a specific location for my subcontracting. Here I already have it configured, so I have my Thermonest location for my subcontracting location, but now I would like to show you how you generate another one. So I will say that I have a new subcontractor location. What is important, it is that the location, the subcontracting location that you create has to be a child of the subcontracting location. Something that changed from version 18 is that before you had to select the ISA subcontracting location. It's not the case anymore. As far as it is the child of the subcontracting location, you will be okay. So that's the first thing you have to configure. The second thing is that you have to go to the contact form of the subcontractor. So I don't have the subcontractor, I just generated, so I'm going to create the new subcontractor. And what we have to do, it is to assign the location that we just created to our subcontractor. So if we go underneath from the purchase and sales tab. You have the inventory, you have here the subcontracting location. So I have the subcontracting, but I want the specific subcontracting location of the new sub that I just created. As easy as this. Now, I am interested in knowing how much of the stock I have at my subcontracting location, and for that I will go to Inventory, Operations, and Physical Inventory. From here I will be able to see everything that I have in stock, but what I'm interested in is in my subcontracting location, so I can filter by that, and I also will filter by product to facilitate my life. As you can see here, what I'm interested is in my Wi-Fi model. So I can see here that I have 3 lot numbers, and I have 75 at my subcontracting location. That's really good, but I want to keep a minimum of 100 at least. And for that, I have generated a reordering rule. I will go to my replenishment menu, and as you can see here, I have my Wi-Fi model. My location is going to be my subcontracting thermonest, the specific location for my subcontractor. And as you can see here, I'm going to scroll so you can see, I have a minimum of 100, maximum of 100. So in order to arrive to the minimum that I want in my stock, I require to order 25. I'm going to do it. And a purchase order has already been automatically generated. I will confirm it. And as you can see here, there is already the dropship linked to my purchase. In my dropship, I have the source location, which is as my vendor, and the destination location, which is the specific location that I generated for my subcontractor thermonest. So I'm just going to go out. I almost forget. My Wi-Fi model, it is traced by lot number. But in this case, my subcontractor has to inform me when it's going to receive this Wi-Fi model. I don't have a hand on it. So he sent me the lot number that he just received. I will go ahead and create it. And I received the 25. I will save, validate, and now I will make sure that in the location I have the 100 units that I want as a minimum. If I go to my location, as you can see in Odoo, there are a lot of ways to arrive to the same place. I go just directly from the location, and in the location I can see the products. You can see I have my Wi-Fi model and the on hand, which I have the 100. Good, I already made sure that I had the minimum that I wanted. So that was my second challenge. My third challenge is the cost control and price integrity. As I mentioned, it's important for me to check the fluctuations of the price of my components. So my component PCB board, they tell me that now they are able to deliver me that 25 components that they were not able to deliver me before, but to the high peak demand is going to be at more price. So as I showed you before, I start my flow all the time by saying to my subcontractor, hey, I will be able to now purchase again the Cozy Touch production, but this time for 25 products. Now something I would like to show you. If I go to the product form of my Cozy Touch, I can see that the cost of my Cozy Touch is 80 euros. How Odoo calculates this? If I go to the bill of materials, this is the bill of materials of my Cozy Touch. It is a subcontractor type BOM. And here I have the 2 components that I supply to my subcontractor. If my subcontractor supply more components, I will not need to configure them in Odoo. This is only fine. So in order, I will go ahead, I will have and validate my purchase order to my subcontractor, which will also generate me the purchase order to my vendor. As I mentioned, the price is not that one anymore. It has doubled it. I will confirm. I will receive my PCB board. Again, generate the lot number and receive. I will validate. I've received the PCB board in my warehouse. Now that I have it in my warehouse, I'm going to resupply it to my subcontractor. I will make sure that the lot number that I just generated is the one that has been reserved, and it is the same one. I go ahead and validate. And now I will go to my reception. Again, I will make sure that it is the right lot numbers that are reserved. And now another thing that I can do from this view is to generate the serial numbers from here. So I will go ahead and generate them. My next sequence of my serial number is already been generated, and I will generate the 25 other serial numbers that I will receive. I apply. I will go to my reception. Again, all my 25 operations have been generated with each of one with the serial number and the components inside. I go ahead and validate. And now if I go to the product form of my product, you can see that it is not 80 euros anymore. It has increased. So how did I do this? First of all, my product is within the GUTS category. If I go inside of the GUTS category, I have to choose the costing method. The costing method, in order to be able to automatically update, it has to be either FIFO or AFCO. If you have it in standard, it's not going to update automatically. This is the first configuration. The second configuration, it is the component 1. So if I go to my PCB board, which is the one that has a lot of fluctuations of price, it is also under the same category, so it is in AFCO costing method. And something important here is that inventory tab, I have to select that is a valuation in lot and serial number. And as I was showing you and mentioned you before, here is where you will configure the personalized lot or serial number of your product. Okay, so that is it for me. Here is the cost control and price integrity. I have to get it right, otherwise I will pay the price. So, to do a summary of takeaways of this talk, I have shown you the best practices of the subcontracting, how you can target the inventory at the subcontractor, how you can have a seamless business continuity. Here, even though I have received less quantity, I have done a back order. My subcontractor has supplied me with the 25, even if I did not have for the 50. And how the real-time cost monitoring can be configured in Odoo. What is new in version 19, it is the bulk serial number reception and the optimized user experience. Subcontracting can get complex, but with a system like Odoo, we try to make sure that you get control every step of the way. Are you ready to take control? Thank you.
Thank you. So a couple of questions. How you manage a subcontracting operation, like a surface treatment, for example?
Surface treatment, what you mean, like manage the subcontracting operation? I just showed how you...
I think you just showed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that
but if you want to be more specific in the question, I can try to answer.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying to the person that posed the question.
I know. Can I have multiple subcontractor location, and how does Odoo know the contact?
Definitely, that is what I show when I have a minimum stock at my subcontractor.
Okay.
So you can have the location where it has to be child of the subcontracting location, and then make sure that in the subcontracted form of the contact, you assign the right location at the subcontracting location that you generated for that subcontractor.
Is it possible for a subcontractor to share the used lot number via the subcontractor portal?
As well, I didn't show you, but in Odoo allows you, it has a portal access. You don't require to have a user. So you can give the access to your subcontractor, and your subcontractor can interact. And for instance, I showed that he sent me the Excel, but the subcontractor can go inside and say, I have consumed this lot, or I have consumed this lot. So yes, that is also possible through the portal.
Is there a warning when you forget to assign the lot number?
Definitely. It will not allow you to validate it unless you assign a lot or a serial number.
how does Odoo link subcontractor serial number to comfort care?
I'm not sure I
I'm not
understand
sure
the
I
question.
understand those. Okay.
But also, we are going to be in the booth, so if you want to talk to me about subcontracting or have more specific question, just please come and talk to us.
Okay. Let's see one of those. Would I be able to have my sell price automatically updated, like always keeping a margin if my cost increase?
So I think this will be when you are selling the product. So yeah, actually it is possible through the price list. You can. It is not the objective of the talk, but normally through the price list you can have a margin, and so it's going to base on the cost, and depending on the cost, it's going to be a margin, and then every time that you sell, if you have the right price list, you will be able to don't have the calculation, but Odoo will calculate it for you in order to have the right price when you are selling the product.
Cool. Is it possible to keep them in stock on your warehouse to resupply your subcontract? I think you showed that, right?
I showed for the dropship, so when I send directly to the warehouse, but when I resupply, I purchase it all the time, but it is possible to do so. So you just have to modify a bit the standard route that Odoo has. But if you are more interested in to know how to do it, I'm not going to show you, but it is possible. It is possible to be able to do that, to have a minimum stock of the products that you resupply.
Okay. Is it possible for a subcontracting MO to reserve material both from the material availability at the subcontracting location and the transfer created by the PO? This was not possible in 16, 17, and 18.
But I think it's a bit what I shown. I mean, first of all, if you receive that product, you receive it in your warehouse. In order for the subcontractor to consume it, it has to be in the subcontracting location. So you have to resupply it. I mean, in the end, your subcontractor is not going to be within your warehouse. It's going to be outside. So you have to resupply that to him. In Odoo, how it works is that in order for the subcontracting manufacturing order operation to reserve that product, it has to be in the subcontracting location. Otherwise, you will not be able to find it and reserve it. But I will be more interested in having this use case that it was not possible in 16 and 18, and we can do it together. I think it's trying to type. Yeah, otherwise, you can come to the booth, we can see it together.
Okay. What is the best practice if a part has not a lot number, but a serial number, and the traceability from the final serial number is important?
If the component is by serial number, instead of adding the lot, you just add the serial number. Obviously, as I mentioned, when you are subcontracting part of your production, it is also a lot of communication with your subcontractor. So your subcontractor will have to give you some information in order for you to record it in Odoo if you really want to have which specific lot, which specific serial number has been consumed in the final product. Because in the end you don't have a hand. That's why you externalize that part of the business.
Okay. Is it possible to manage a bike that I produce but that I send for painting to a subcontractor?
Definitely. You will have to resupply the bike to your subcontractor and receive the painted bike already back. But yeah, it's possible to do so.
Can the subcontractor use partly their own inventory and part of our inventory of the same component?
Yes, but you will have to send it at some point.
I think that's it. If someone has more questions, like where can they find you?
Yeah, they can come to see me at the booth. We are going to be in the manufacturing expertise booth, so more than happy to discuss and see more in detail.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.